Hello, 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 hello. How's everyone doing today? I'm back. I have returned. I live again. I finished my nap. How's everyone doing today? Hope y'all have been good. Hope the week without me you've survived. Sticker is not sticking. There you go. So what's everyone up to? What is anything exciting happened last week? I've been gone. I've been out of province. I've been traveling. Is chat frozen? Am I live? Did I actually hit go live? Yeah, I did hit go live. Who's this faker? Isn't that guy? Isn't Faker a CS:GO player? I don't know. Good vacation. It was much needed. It was nice to go somewhere with the family and not have to worry about making videos. I made a video. Didn't burn the Discord channel down. No, I had mobile coverage. So for those that don't know why there hasn't been a stream in over a week, I had a family vacation. I was out of province with the fam, visiting other family and whatnot. And yeah, I brought some stuff. I was actually going to try and do a stream while I was gone. Unfortunately, where I was staying at was rural, let's put it that way. And they had like wireless internet where like they had a dish on their house, and not like the good wireless like Starlink. They had like the dish pointed at a tower on the other side of the valley kind of thing. They had 5 down, 2 up, and it went down on me more than like your average grade school joke punchline. It would be like trying to watch a stream and it'd have to buffer because it would lose connection, which as a stream, that's not good. New hat, yes. New merch is in the store, but don't buy anything yet because I have to redo some of it. As you can see, the hat is supposed to be the maple leaf. There's supposed to be a seam down the middle. So I centered the maple leaf on the seam, but it turns out there is no seam in the front. So now the whole thing is just offset to one side, as you can see. Like this is centered. The maple leaf is centered for the middle of the hat. But because the words are off, because Canuck is shorter than creator, the whole thing looks off. So I gotta recenter the hat so it's centered lengthwise instead of centered on the maple leaf. I don't know. Do you notice it? I notice it. When I'm looking at the camera, I can see it. There's a bigger gap on this side. So I gotta fix some stuff. So don't. If you want to buy some scuff merch right now, go for it. But don't. I'm gonna fix it. Did I bring anything back? I brought back approximately 1 video's worth of content that's already edited. So if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, or you luck out and somebody gives you a channel membership, or you become a channel member before, I don't know, anytime, you'll have the video early on Wednesday. And the dog was just barking, so let me just double check, make sure I don't have anything on the front door. He was barking before going live. What, is there something outside? There's nothing outside. What were you barking at? Bork, bork, bork. So yeah, so today's stream is just going to be kind of a, I'm going to call it a decompression stream, because it was a long week. It was a long week, and I'm not going to jump right back into building. We got the Prusa to build and a bunch of other stuff to get going with. But today is just going to be a nice, relaxing, let's get back into it, print and chill. We got the positron still because I have it right here. Plus, we need to do a little science. So today, everyone's going to put your science hats on because something else showed up when I got back from vacation. Something that I've been waiting on. And I was hoping it would show up before I went on vacation. This guy. This is one of those battery banks. Company called All Powers reached out to me. I think it's All Powers. Where's their, yeah, All Powers. They're like, hey, we make battery banks. Do you want to try one? And I'm like, sure, send one over and we'll have some fun. So I need to figure out how long this can run a 3D printer for science. So we're going to set up the positron. We're going to plug the positron in and we're going to run the positron on a battery until the power goes out, or until my wife has to go to work. One or the other. The title for the YouTube video today is totally clickbait. Yeah. So we're gonna go with that. You can go over there. So as always, every stream we do a giveaway for those that don't know. So if you want to win yourself a spool of Polymaker filament, link in the video description. I had to go through and like reset up everything. Like the reason the stream was a little late today was because I forgot I turned my computer off when I go away on vacation. Normally I leave it on all the time. And every time I come back, I'm like, I should turn my computer on and let everything boot up and reconnect. So that way when I go live, I don't have to do my usual rigmarole where I have to set up everything that normally takes 10 minutes and 5 minutes before I go live. And guess what I forgot to do? So before going live, it's like, oh wait, shoot, I gotta turn on the camera. I gotta get all that set up. I gotta shoot. So, but no, I brought this on vacation. For those who want a initial impressions from the field with the positron, was pretty good. We had a movie night. I printed a bunch of chip clips. And I printed some other random assortment of stuff for kids, like Flexi Dragons. The only downside was where I was at didn't really have a lot of outdoor power. So I wanted to actually print outside with it, but I actually couldn't because I didn't have a power source. I found an extension cable. It was a homemade extension cable that didn't have a ground, and I didn't really trust it. So I didn't really want to risk it, put it that way. Am I going to get a Creality K2? I don't know. If they send one out, maybe. Let's be honest, what's going to be the K2? Hopefully a slightly better version of the K1, which is basically just Creality's versions of a bamboo. The only advantage I think they have is the size. I think that if they do like the K2 Max, if they do one of those. But the problem is, like, this is why I don't really like doing printer reviews and why I've actually not accepted quite a few printers in the last little bit. If your printer's main selling point is it's just your version of the Bamboo X1C, and I don't think it's any better than the X1C, and the price is in the market, we're comparing Honda Civics to Toyota Corollas nowadays. It's like, come on, show me the new cool stuff. I want new cool stuff. Also, if you want to know what this week's video is on, it's the positron. Also, we're going to have to reprint these. That's something I want to do. I have to do a little playing around with the Prusa Mark IV, or the Mark IV, the XL. Because I'll be honest, that thing is making me like multicolor prints again. When I got my Bamboo, I was all about the multicolor prints until I realized how much of a time waste and how much of a filament waste it is. But now that I've got the XL, I'm actually like kind of interested in multicolor printing again, because it's actually somewhat practical on the XL and not a humongous waste of filament and plastic and time and power that it is on more traditional MMU setups. We'll leave it that way. I won't name a company directly. What printer is the Canuck? Well, that's a Pantheon. This sets up a lot quicker once you've done it a few times, I will say. By the way, Nomad, since you're here, the official way to plug it in, are you supposed to have the 90-degree go into the screen, or the 180, the straight one go into the screen? I've always done the 90 into the body and the straight one into the screen, but I don't know if there's actually like a proper way you're supposed to do it. I actually don't know. Is it in the manual? Où est mon papier? Mon papier. Les Olympics commencent. J'aime beaucoup Poutine. I don't know where my paper towels went. This one over here. Yar. Tool changers are the way to go. Nomad was here, I thought. Yeah, tool changers are the way to go, in my opinion. Here's the thing. You're going to have people go, well, you know, it's more efficient if you spend 20 hours individually tuning the filament profile so that when you purge from one color to another, you can optimize it. So like, you know, you could tell it to not purge a lot when you're purging from like a dark blue to a black, and then tell it to purge more if you're going from like black to white. And yeah, you know, you can, oh, if you print more than one object at once, you get, you know, it cuts down the waste per print. And it's like, that's cool and all, but I don't run a print farm, and really not often I need a dozen Tigger models. So it's like, if I want to print one multicolor print, I'm going to print one multicolor print. And Tool Changer just makes it work. It just makes it so much nicer to deal with in terms of wastage and whatnot. Okay, let's get this going. So we've got the printer here. Let's get this. So for those that don't know, this is I'm not counting this. They sent this to me to do a video on. I'm not counting this towards their sending me the free thing to do videos on. I didn't pay for this. Words and opinions are my own. It literally just showed up, and I charged it. That's it. Oh, there we go. So I charged it. It's at 100% battery. So it showed up. It was sitting on my porch when I got home from vacation. I charged it. That's all I've done. It's 299 watt hours of battery. It'll do AC output 120 volts, 600 watts off the plugs. So we'll see what happens. If it works good, we might use it for, I want to do a video on it. If it doesn't work good, I'm still going to do a video on it because I need to do a video on it. But I want to see how long I could run a printer on it. That's kind of the thing I want to do today, because the goal is to go camping with a printer. I want to go camping with a 3D printer. Did you try annealing, ASA, or I've never done any. I really don't do annealing. Simple as that. So I guess we just plug this in. Okay. And so that's plugged in. That's plugged in. Oop, gotta lock that in position. That's that. That's that. On. Oh, I think I have to. Okay, so that's on. Oh. Oh, okay. That light's on. That light's on. Come in. Is the screen on? The screen's on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so you have to turn on the individual outputs. That's good. For a second there, I'm like, I turned the printer on, I got no lights, and I'm like, did I break it already? Can you test this on a V2 or Trident? Yeah, at some point. I just want to see how long I can run like a little guy like this for, essentially. Let's go with just some, what do we got here? We got some Jesse Army Green. That's appropriate. Go some Jesse Army Green. That seems like an appropriate filament for this. Okay. So this is extrude, load. Oh, no, I hit unload. Oh well. So let's see how much it's using. 20 watts of output right now. This will be interesting. Oh, that didn't catch. This little part up here needs like a little bit more roundedness to it, because this likes to catch on it sometimes. So I actually told it to unload, so we're gonna have to wait for it to unload and then load. Which it's got to heat up anyways. So when it's heating up, it's using 75 watts, which according to this means it'll run for about 3 hours. Am I back home? I'm in my garage. I haven't actually got into my home. I came back from vacation. I came straight in here. I've been in my garage for 2 days. Well, actually since Sunday night. Yeah. No, yes, I'm back home. If you get DC to DC connection, it'll last much longer. So here's the thing. This will do USB-C 100 watts. But I don't think that's 24 volt. I don't know what USB PD max wattage is. I think it's like, isn't it 18? But yes, I do know there's some wastage with it being a DC battery. And then converting to AC and then going back to DC. I do know we have some losses there. The power brick, anytime something heats up, you have loss essentially. And the power supply heats up, so you're losing some efficiencies there. There we go. So load that filament in there. So can you guys see the battery bank there? Yeah. Oh, and there's the filament. Okay, so temperature, let's do a cool down. Let's do a full cool down. Let everything kind of drop down to a room temperature. And then what I'll do is I'll just start a print, and whatever we get, we get. Whereas the Milo, it's on the other side of the wall. I've run out of room. Speaking of room, I came back, I had all the lights off in here. There is so many spider webs and little cobwebs everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, update on the merch. The merch store has soft launched. There is some new stuff there with like the new logo and whatnot. But please don't buy anything yet. I got to go through and tweak a bunch of stuff because like my hat's off center. I got to fix that. Plus I got, they kind of screwed up the C on the hat. You can see right there. I have a higher res image now, so I got to update that. Okay, so right now it is using just having the printer on, heaters off, and the fans on. In idle, it's sitting at about 23 watts of power usage. So let's print. I probably should have put like how long these prints take. Let's just do a flexi dyno. Everyone likes a flexi dyno. Actually, before we do that, where did I put it? Where did I put it? There it is. I want to put a little bit of vision miter on the bed. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of vision miter on the bed. Just a little bit of there we go. Just a little bit. Okay. Print. So we go from 23 watts of idle to, okay, the bed's heating up. So the bed is, okay, we're at 116 watts of output. Hey, live stream. Yes, live stream. I spray Ortho Home Defense. We have a guy come out and spray our whole house for spiders twice a year. I don't think they did the garage this time, though. It's like little itty-bitty spiders, like the kind that don't bug you out here. There's no, like, food out here for them. Yeah, this is battery-powered. Yeah, where's Mitch? Yeah, Mitch. So this is just a straight-up battery bank. But here's the thing. That is 300 watt-hours of power. If the printer uses about 100 watts an hour printing, it could run for 3 hours, technically. Because, you know, once the bed's at temperature, it doesn't really get, you know, it doesn't use as much power once the bed's at temperature. But they also sent me 200 watts of solar panels with it. So theoretically, I should be able to print like all day as long as it's sunny out. Hopefully. I haven't tried the solar panels yet. So we're just waiting for the bed to get the temperature. The 2 drill batteries you're using. What batteries? Okay, Mitch, you gotta, I'm working on a project that is gonna run on drill batteries. Can you like, is there like a website, like what batteries did you use? Can you link me your batteries like in a DM or something on Discord? And then also like the adapter that you plug it into. Because obviously you're not like plugging it into like the adapter you charge it with. You need like, I don't know how that works. Get a bug assault. Well, I get a bug assault when I got Nerf guns that can do 240 FPS. Also, I don't really have bugs in here right now. The lights were off all weekend and nobody was in here, or all week. And I don't think the house sitter came in here, because there's no bugs at all in here right now. But I did put out some videos on the channel over the last week. Basically just filler, just so there was something on the channel so you wouldn't leave me if I was gone for a week. Okay, so the bed at 60 and the hot end, okay. So it looks like under normal operation, it's using, let's see, once it gets printing. I guess you gotta wait for it to actually get printing. Because right now it's saying 78 watts. As long as it's under 100 watts, we should be okay. Will links work here? No. You can't link something unless you're a mod on Twitter or on YouTube. Let me get the overhead camera going. You need the overhead camera for a positron print. So yeah, it's using 69, nice. It looks like it's using anywhere from like the low 60s to low 90s in terms of wattage. Low 60s to low 90s in terms of wattage. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all, actually. I love watching the first layers on this thing. Here, let's. What color do you guys want? What color do you guys want? Go with blue. There we go. Positron is 24 volt. It is 24 volt. Discord me? Okay, cool. Yeah, once it's like right now, it's at temperature. So it's holding the bed at 60°C. The hot end's at 220. And I'm seeing anywhere from low 60s to mid to high 90 wattage draw. So I'm going to say average out to like 75, 80 watts of power draw. So there's that. That's not too bad. We've got 95% power remaining. I probably should have started a timer. Well, I could just go back and watch the stream. I can just do that. Oop, oh, the lights turn off after a bit. What make is this bottle? It's just a Flexi Dragon. I just went on, before I went on the trip, I just loaded a bunch of just random like popular models off Thingiverse and anything that's like or printables and anything that would be considered like I've got like a printed fishing rod on here and stuff like that. So yeah, just random models I found. 10 amp buck boost converter to get 24 volts to the printer. You might be able to go from 44 to 1. Well, the project I'm working on, Mitch, isn't a 3D printer. It's going to use 3D printed parts, but it's not a 3D printer on the go. I'll leave backpack printers to you. Although mine is a more of a transport device, the thing I'm working on. If you're a member of the community who's a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, you get access to the secret channel in the Discord for skunkwork projects. So. Justin, when I tried to flex the tool, causing issues with tap during QGL. Oh. Wolf Pup, I wonder if anyone will be gifting memberships. I'm sure there's some community members there who might help out. You're telling me I can make a fishing rod? I mean, a fishing rod is a stick and a reel. It's mechanically, fishing rods are very simple. So yeah, you could 3D print one. I have one that actually will print on this. Like it'll actually fit on this bed in one print. I haven't actually tried it though. Just waiting on a motor to show up. Got a company that we know and love that has motors in their names is doing a little searching for me. There's like a little stringy part here. Oh, it's on. Getting 100 watt hour flight friendly batteries is your goal. Well, you can do it with multiple batteries, right? As long as it's not a single battery, you're okay, right? That's a great camera angle. Oh, look at that blur. There we go. Condensing down, improve quality. No. Because think about it. Whatever you're printing upside down is now upside up. And whatever was upside up is now upside down. Every YouTuber, every 3D printing YouTuber has a video on their channel. Is it better to print upside down or not? Seriously, it's like something we all do at some point in a YouTube career. I did it on a live stream, not a video. But printing upside down, for the most part, you really don't see any benefit. And any benefit that you would see is negated by things that would be right side up and arrow upside down, right? Like you're still printing unsupported. And don't forget, it's not just gravity that causes prints to warp and fail. It's also contraction of the plastic. So it's still, you know, it's like how prints curl. It'll still curl upside down. There you go. Enter to win some polymaker filament. Link in the description. Bridging is still an issue. Well, bridging is still as much of an issue as it is normally as it is here. So, what's up? Just chilling, vibing, living the dream. Did I enable? Yes, that's enabled. Okay. What about printing sideways? Well, it's same thing. Same thing. Who's going to be the first one to make a mount? It wouldn't be that hard. The problem is then you would have to bring an enclosure with you. You would have to bring an additional frame with you. I mean, it would be kind of cool if there was like hooks on this. So you can like hang it from a clothes rack or something. I don't know how much play is in the bed mechanism. So I think it would be pretty repeatable if you flip it upside down. Like, you know, some printers, like the bed on a printer, the preload on the bed comes from gravity. So if you flip some printers upside down, the Z offset would be a little different. At least you would get better overhangs. Not really, because a lot of the artifacting you see in overhangs more has to do with the print curling, because it's such a thin section of plastic, it curls up. So you're still going to get that. It would still you would still see the same behavior regardless of the orientation of the part. And as the nozzle comes by, it'll still, you know, do that thing, you know, when it does like, yeah, it would still do that. Yeah. Here, think about it this way. Think about it this way. If printing upside down gave you any sort of reliable, consistent advantage that made printing upside down more beneficial than traditional printing, you would see more upside down printers. Simple as that. If it was a thing that worked, and it was as simple as just having the motion system, is literally just selling you the same printer just with the feet on the top, you would see it more common. Simple as that. You know, having, if the print fails and all your spaghetti fall into your tool head and your motion system, I think is a bigger downside than any possible upside from, ooh, slightly better overhangs. I'd rather take, you know, a machine that doesn't commit Sudoku if something fails, over, ooh, slightly better overhangs. After swapping to the beefy idlers, I can't get the 2.4 to behave. How was the graph on your... Fine. On the beefy idlers, both of mine have been fine. Make sure you don't over tension the idlers. you can over tension the beefy idlers and kind of jam up your belt pathing. Make sure you didn't over tighten your belt, or you might have to like loosen up your beefy idlers, retighten your belts at the tool head, and then take out the slack in the idlers again. Because if you over tighten the beefy idlers, I find they can pinch the belts and cause issues. Is that a frayed belt? No, I think it's our old friend Animal Hair. The house I was at they had 3 dogs, or yeah, they had 3 dogs. So there was dog hair everywhere, and we were printing on like the kitchen table and then the living room and whatnot. So I think it's fur. Yeah, I see exactly what you're talking about right here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just fur. Print on the ISS. I mean, Voron hasn't been in space yet, but stuff printed on Voron has made it to space, so. Okay, what are the batteries you use? Harbor Freight. Problem is, I don't have Harbor Freight in Canada. We don't have Harbor Freight in Canada. So I'll have to see what the Princess thought about their 20-volt batteries. Okay. So you're running 2 20 volts in series. So they stay 20 volt, but that allows you to hot swap them. So you can pull one out and keep the other one in, and then you're both stinging it up to 24. That's smart. My plan is I would like to use 2 18-volt batteries in series to get 36 volts. That's kind of Princess Auto. Princess Auto is like Canadian's version of the Harbor Freight. So we don't have Harbor Freight in Canada. We have a store called Princess Auto. It's basically the same thing. Generic stuff that you can buy on AliExpress for a fraction of the price. It's just here already. Speaking of buying stuff, buy some gamer subs. I think they have a sale on right now where you like the more you buy, the more you save. So go buy some gamer subs. Use code Canuck, save 10% off your order. Do it now. Good. Very good. Parallel. I always get the 2 mixed up. So parallel is when you combine capacity, series you combine voltage. So if you have 2 18 volts in series, you get 36 volt, and you get 2 18 volt in parallel, you still get 18 volt, but you get more capacity. That's what it is. I always get the 2 mixed up. You'd think I would know this. I took like those classes in high school. That's okay. You know how you do Ohm's law? The calculation's quite simple. You go on a website that does it for you. You still, because you pre-ordered like a Iron Mouse one that's like gonna be super delayed or something. It's just Canuck. I changed it. The code was Canuck Creator. It's now Canuck because Canuck is just shorter. Plus I was because you can only have like 1 code per creator. Canuck Creator still works. They haven't deleted it, but it's Canuck going forward. It's because just in case somebody else, I didn't want anyone else to snipe just Canuck. So definitely branding. Drinking good now. But the red dye is not good. The flavor is good though. IVR, yes, but here's the thing. There's a website that does that for you. So you just type in the 2 numbers and it spits out the answer. How's this coming along? What are we at? So the print is at 15% and we're at 89% battery. So it'll be interesting to see if the print finishes before the battery runs out. Oh, is it making any noise? There is a fan in it. It's not really putting out heat. Pre-orders finally closed. Yeah, and the thing with if you buy a normal order from GamerSups and one of the things you bought is like a pre-order item, it'll wait until everything's ready to ship too. Did you get, you might want to try the caffeine-free ones then, if it's disagreeing. I know, I've been drinking it's always like, It's like when I went into a bank. The first time I went into a bank, it's like, I need to open up a bank account for my business. And they're like, oh, what are you doing? It's like, I'm a YouTuber. And they're like, oh. And at first I'm like, oh, it's going to be super awkward. And then the receptionist is like, oh, we'll have so-and-so help you. They're good with that. They just set somebody up with their OnlyFans bank account earlier today. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in good hands. So it's super awkward to say it at first, but once you're in the community, it's like, okay, whatever. I'm drinking guacamole gamer fart right now. It's pretty good. It's like one of my go-to. You got a tub of Gamer Girl Thigh High. You know what's funny? I can see what you guys order. I don't see who orders what individually. I just see these are the orders made with your discount code. Yeah, not gonna lie, y'all like your gamer thighs. I can see which orders are the most. Let me find it here. Is that it? No, that's not it. What is it? No, that's not it. I don't think I have it on this computer. I don't have the link on this computer for it. But yeah, the top flavor from you guys is like anime girl thigh highs or something like that. that and like some other flavor are the most commonly ordered flavors. And so I can see you try to play it cool, but I know what you guys really like, and gals. I know what you folks really like. Deciding which Corks to get is a pain in the butt. I don't want bamboo for reasons. Flashforge Adventurer 5M. I have heard really good things about that machine. It's cheap. So if I'm always a big proponent of buy a cheap but good printer for your first 3D printer if you've never been in the hobby at all and you're kind of testing the waters, for two reasons. If it's good, you'll be able to resell it versus like a generic V-wheel Bedflinger number 4285555 that, you know, it sits on the Facebook marketplace for months before somebody takes it up. So get an actual competent machine, but get a cheap machine. So that way, even if you can't sell it, you're not out a bunch. It's like, you know, nothing's worse than dropping $1,000 on something for a project or a hobby. And then after having it for a month, it's just sitting there collecting dust and you feel guilty. At least if it's a cheaper machine, you're like, okay, it's not too bad if it's just sitting for a little bit. It's like you don't get the, I need to be making my value out of it. Plus, I've heard really good things about it. I haven't used it. I kind of wish I did take them up on their offer to take it back in the day. But that was at a time when there was like a ton of other Corks Ys coming out. I was just like, they're all the same. But I know somebody that swapped their entire print farm to it, and they were running Creality K1 series and Bamboo P1 series printers, and they got rid of them all and swapped to just Adventurers, Flashforge Adventurer 5Ms. So take that as you will. They had much better results, much more consistent results, and the machines are cheaper. So how much is the Flashforge? Let's pull it up here. Flashforge Adventurer 5M. So yeah, it's 550 Canadian. I don't know how to change price to US. So that's what, like 300 US. So it's yeah, it pretty much is a Bamboo clone. Let's be honest, it's a P1 clone. But cheaper. It's running Clipper. I think you get a little bit more control over it because it's Clipper. What's the specs? 220. It's a little bit less print volume though. For some people, that's going to be a deal breaker. The print volume being less. And of course, it not being enclosed will also be a problem. It's on Amazon for $279 regularly. For $279, that's a, let's be honest, if you're looking for, you know, hey, little Timmy needs a printer for their first printer, $279 is a good price for a pretty decent machine, let's be honest. Because that's enough, and you know what, you can enclose that thing pretty easily. Put some panels on it, off you go. You get some just keep the cardboard box and cut some panels out of it and tape them on. There you go. 99% of your prints. Yeah, you'd be surprised what 180 will get you. Do people too much value on print volume? To an extent. If like the moment you start getting into doing like cosplay stuff. Oh, I had a spool of filament stuck in the helmet. The moment you start getting into bigger stuff like cosplay and whatnot, the print volume is going to be something you're going to pay attention to. Also, apparently, somebody on my Discord, I completely forgot until I turned around and saw the S1 just sitting here on the floor collecting dust, not plugged in because I'll probably never use it again. Apparently, they disabled thermal runaway protection on this thing, or at least some factor of it, because the MCU was overheating in the upper enclosure. So they like disabled the warnings for thermal runaway on the MCU. Somebody posted something in my Discord about that. I got to look into that. We might faff about with that on Friday's stream. We might do a little bit of a investigation in this. I'm not picking it up. It's too heavy. So yeah, I'll figure something out. Please test. Somebody posted on my Discord. Let me pull it up here on my Discord. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. So this was posted on my Discord here. The Clipper source for the S1 has been dumped by a community member. FLSun has disabled the printer's ability to throw ADC errors, thus it will not error out if the hot end thermistor is removed or damaged. Well, we could test that really quickly. Give me some power. I need the power. I'm about to rip a thermistor out of a tool head. I don't know if this machine has a board tool head connector or what. Do I have a power cable that'll reach? I don't know if I have a power cable that'll reach. Do I have a plug back here? Thank you. Plug in there. Let's move you over here. Because this is also the machine I had to fix by drilling a hole in it. Oh, there's spiders everywhere. Oh my god, the spiders. No, my power cable won't reach. I gotta find a power cable that'll reach. Oh well. We'll fiddle with it another. We'll play with it on Friday. It has a tool headboard. Okay. It's a total mess to get to. Yeah, that's annoying. We're gonna have to do that on the bench then. We'll have to do that on the bench then. How are we doing on battery? 84% still. That's not bad. 25% done the print. I also have a light. Oh, it flashes SOS. For those that don't know, SOS is 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. So beep, 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 beep. That's SOS. It's that way you can actually screw it up and you can forget which one's which, because it's just SO, 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 and you just keep repeating it. If you can't remember which one's which. Am I getting a V-Core? I don't know. If they send me one, they send me one. If they don't, they don't. I'm kind of running out of room right now. I'm working on redoing some stuff for more room. Wonder how long I can run a Pantheon, or no, I don't think I can run the Pantheon on it, because the Pantheon, well, it's off right now. I gotta turn it back on. I turned off most of my printers. I turn off most of the bigger printers when I go on vacation, usually. But they're all off still. Yeah, this ain't too bad. This is like, I think this is 12 pounds for the battery. So it's 12 pounds for the battery. It's 300 watt hours. It's got a phone charger on top of it too, like a wireless phone charger. So you can just plop your phone on top and it'll charge it. Actually, I should test that. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know if I have to push a button for it to be on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's charging the phone. Okay, so does that have to be on to charge it? Yeah. So you have to turn on the USB-C section to charge it, but yeah, it's lithium iron. Is the magneto still boot looping? I don't know, I haven't turned it on. They sent me, I got actually a whole box of parts for the magneto to do some upgrades on, or some update to current spec components. So we might be fiddling with the magneto on Friday, actually, I think. Where do you tune your belts on a switch wire? Where do you tune your belts? Oh, for tightening the belts on the switch wire, it's the motor mounts. It's the AB, well, it's the XZ motor mounts. You can adjust the tension there for your belts. And this is not 120. This is 180 by 180 by 165 per print volume. It's working pretty good, I will say. Who said the power break? It's a company called All Powers. I don't have an AF link for it. This is literally, you guys know me. I don't put AF links on stuff I don't actually like use. Like I don't like putting AF links on products unless I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm okay if you go buy it with my AF link. You know me. So I haven't used this before. Literally, it was sitting on my front porch when I got back from vacation. I charged it up yesterday, and now I'm using it for the first time. Like, I've touched it more on stream today than I have since I got it. So, what controller did I replace the spider with? Leviathan. Leviathan. Why do the fusers look like they're not diffusing the light? They do. I think it's just like the ISO and whatnot on the camera. Did really well. Nobody talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. I haven't seen it yet. And unfortunately, I won't be able to see it till like this weekend because we were on a family vacation all last week. So it's like we couldn't go see it because I'm not going to bring a 6-year-old to go see it. And then the wifey's working afternoons. So like I have to wait till like Saturday to go see it. So nobody spoil it or I will ban you from the channel. Simple as that. What temperature is the sauna? 30 degrees Celsius right now. What's a printer you don't have but want? I don't know. I got the XL finally. That was like the one printer I've been wanting to get my hands on. Yeah, although this can be used as a UPS. Apparently you can use this as an uninterrupted power supply. So you can use this as a UPS. I wouldn't buy this as a UPS. It's probably not a good idea to buy one of these to use as a standalone UPS, but it can be used as one, apparently. I'm just hoping that it can run while also charging from solar. That's something I gotta try. That's something I gotta try yet. Because it came with like, I got 200 watts of solar panels, like one big solar panel on them. Don't use that as a UPS. I know, I think it's more like you can use it as a UPS in a pinch kind of thing. SVO8 is no longer running on the Saval branch of Clipper. What is it running on? Like, did they go and put it back on normal Clipper and undo all their dumb stuff they did on the config? And is that official or is it just some random community mod? When is the giveaway? When the stream's over. So if you've already entered, you're good. If you haven't yet entered yet, remember, every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. You get access to videos early, along with hanging out during our monthly Only Benchy Yacht Club live stream, which we're going to do one this week. You know, it is not the end of the month. I was on vacation last week, so I couldn't do the monthly stream. So we're going to do the July live stream for the community, probably Thursday or tomorrow. I don't know when. Tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to do it tomorrow. We'll do a short stream around noon tomorrow. So we'll do that. Yeah. Community mod. Well, if it's community mod, it's not. Yeah. See, for a second there, Bill, you had me almost thinking Saval did something smart. If it's community mod, anyone could, like. I'm getting really annoyed by having to critique printers because when they're only functional with a bunch of community mods. I judge stuff based on how it ships from the company. If it ships in an unfinished, buggy state, it shouldn't be up to the community to fix it. And the company should not get a pass for that. I really got to fix the hat. It is really off-centered. That the centering is annoying the heck out of me. That it's not centered. It's centered with the seam. The problem is the text is off and it's bugging me. Anyways. For the SBL, I got to print one more part and I don't know what part I need to print. So we might do that tomorrow. We'll go through the instructions for the SBL and make sure I have all the parts printed. Do you have the SV08 yet? Oh, I got one. They sent me one right when they first launched. I wasn't impressed and I gave it away. Simple as that. Saval is shipping me a bunch of replacement parts. Bed was dropping temp while still getting full power. Also, the enclosure parts I'm getting replacement on. Yeah, I'm very, like, I hate saying this kind of stuff, but Saval has, from my understanding, a pretty bad history of just supporting their machines. Like, when the machines come out, the sub-quality components, the QC issues. I was really happy with the SV06 and I said, hey, go buy it. And then I had people like 6 months, a year after the SV06 was launched, like, hey, I just bought an SV06. It's a mess. Like, it's nowhere near as good as like it was for you. And I'm like, that sucks. Yeah. Like, and I was real, like, go back and watch the live stream with the SV08. Go back and watch the live stream. I was all gung-ho for it at the beginning of the stream. And then as I'm going through it, I'm like, yeah, it's just another one of them. Just another pushed out the door, not quite ready 3D printer. It's like, I'm seeing people praising the FL Sun machines right now. And I'm like, why are you, like, they've got issues. I would not be telling people, like, I'm sorry. I'm just going to go out and say it. Don't buy new printers anymore, folks. Like, until, like, don't pre-order printers anymore. Let's be honest. Especially, like, from, there might be a couple brands, you know, let's be honest. If Bamboo, hey, we're coming out with a new printer, here's the specs, you could probably pre-order it, probably safe. Same with something like a Prusa. There's a few established companies you probably could be okay with. But if it's, like, company known for just, what have they been known for the past decade? Oh, shitting out V-wheel bed flinger clones till the end of time. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, look at our brand new Core XY. We've never done a Core XY. It's completely different. We've never done Clipper before. Why are you pre-ordering that? Why are you, like, the benefit of the doubt? Like, you can wait until the printer comes out. A bunch of independent people get reviews on it. Actual community members get reviews, not YouTubers that go, hey, it's good. Here's the spec sheet. Here's the demo prints. Buy the AF link. Like, actual, like, people you could trust. and then buy it like a month or two later. Like, yes, you lose the little bit of savings, but let's be honest, they're doing those savings because that's how they're getting the sales. Like, it's getting really annoying, the way 3D printers are being marketed. It's literally, they're using stupid gotcha mechanics. You have to, if you want the best price, you have to pre-order it sight unseen without any reviews out. It's like, and then Kickstarter. Stop doing Kickstarters. Everyone in chat here, promise me you'll never buy a printer from a Kickstarter. Unless it's like some kid designing something in their garage and you fully understand you are throwing your money away for the insignificantly small chance of actually getting a product as delivered on time and exactly what's claimed. Okay, but if like a giant multi-million-dollar company does a Kickstarter, don't do their Kickstarter. They're just getting the money for free because they want to pay off their VC funders before the interest rates go up. That's why they're doing the Kickstarter, so they get the money free. So people get FOMO. You know what's funny? Nothing really new prints any better. Let's be brutally honest with the state of 3D printing, the industry. There hasn't been a printer that has come out in the past 5 years that has actually like blown me away print quality wise. It's all just, it's a little bit faster and they got a little bit better quality of life improvements. Like, I haven't had a printer in the past 5 years come out that is like, when the print came off, I'm like, I cannot believe how amazing this print looks. It's like, you want the last printer that actually blew me away with print quality was this guy, just because how consistent the layer stacking is on it. And even this has some Z issues they're working on. It's like every other print that comes off every printer I've tested, as long as the printer is good enough, the print's good enough. Like Magneto's good. Magneto had some rough starts, but it's a new machine, new profiles. Like, they were getting it tuned. It's much better now. But like the Pantheon, like, this is fresh off the Pantheon. No tuning or anything. Like, this is just how prints come off the Pantheon. Like, this is the only machine that I've been like, as I took prints off, I'm like, damn. Like, no other machine has done that except for like when I built my first Voron. What are your thoughts on tool cells with load cells for probing? Can be done. I'm much more of a fan of the load cell in the tool head than in the bed. I don't like load cells in the bed. That I don't like. Too many issues. Fun fact about the S1 and pre-order: some pre-order units got shipped before the embargo units by accident, so me and some others had access. Yeah, I know. Honestly, I'm not holding for the fast. Here's the thing, we can't go any faster. We are at the point where you pretty much can only extrude plastic and re-solidify it in good quality as fast as we're going already. Like, printers are already getting stupidly loud because people want to print faster. Well, you need print faster, you need better cooling. To get better cooling, you got to move more air. To get more air, it's going to get louder. And guess what? When you start hitting prints and you're taking solid plastic, you're hitting it with heat very quickly, so you can melt it really fast because you got to get a really high flow rate, and then you're shock cooling it. Guess what? You're taking a hit in print quality and also print strength. There's a reason whenever I print parts for like anything on my Bamboo and ABS that's like needs to be good quality, like I need the print to actually be a good print, like a printer part or a Nerf gun part. I print the parts at 60% speed. There's a reason. Machine isn't the limit, it's the material. Exactly. Remember, I can make my Voron 1.0. We're talking 12 volts, DRV 8825s on a ramp. All we did was slap clipper on that thing and it moves as fast, if not faster, than a Bamboo at its high speeds. Now, it can't print that fast because it's 12-volt hot end. It can't push the plastic that much and it has nowhere near enough part cooling. But functionally, that machine from 2016 can move as fast as a Bamboo, because guess what? At the end of the day, they're using the exact same hardware. We're still using NEMA 17s and GT2 belt. The only thing that's really different is the controllers are better and the motion planning is better. So you can take old hardware and make it go. I got a printer bought simple metal out of screen here that I'm turning into a resto mod and you know, modding it away, and it boogies. That'll be a video though. Has anyone used Prusament PETG with fish? I mean, I've used Prusament PETG, but not the fish with. It's probably a little too thick to use as fishing line. But speed is what sells people now. Big printers and speed, because, you know, bigger number, better product. So I just use whatever the stuck settings are for my Mark III's. Here's the thing. You know what the funny part is? The Mark III still prints damn good. It's a little slow, but the moment you take speed out of the equation, where it's like, hey, yeah, cool, I'm just gonna hit print and go to bed, and when I wake up, the print's gonna be done. That's what I care about print speed. I'm gonna hit print, go to bed, and wake up, and the print's gonna be done. That's all I care about for speed. So who cares if the print finishes in 8 hours or 2 hours? I'm sleeping the whole time. So the moment, like, speed isn't really, like, for me, speed, I don't judge printers on speed. It's nice to have faster printers, don't get me wrong. But once you start having a couple printers, you stop caring about speed as much, especially if you're not a business. Like, if you're just a hobbyist at home, I just don't care about speed as much. Like, I've got a machine that could do it, that regularly does meter a second travels. It's cool, but it's like, okay. More interested in build volume. Well, you're doing like the R2 stuff. So. Buying a Prusa for 3. Yeah, if you can find like a Prusa Mark III on Facebook Marketplace for like under 400 Canadian, so like what, 300 US? Because a lot of people are flipping their Mark III's now. If you can find a Mark III for like $200 to $300 US on a marketplace, jump on it. There ain't nothing wrong with it. It's still getting updates. It's just, wow, it's slightly slow. Oh no, it'll still print damn good and be pretty dang reliable, let's be honest. Plus, if something happens to it, you can easily get parts for it still. What are we at right now? We're at noon. We're only at noon? Oh, shoot. How has this stream only been an hour so far? 73%, and we're at 47% on the dinosaur. Am I gonna test the Polymaker Fiberon filament? I tried to grab some, but they don't have it on their Canadian store. So if somebody from Polymaker wants to send it, I'll use it. That's about it. Check them while you wait. They're all in a box. I gotta dig through them. Plus, some of them are inside. Is print quality and materials that can be printed. Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, I'd rather a printer that's more reliable and consistent and actually does what I want it to do than one that just goes fast. Like, you shouldn't be buying a printer just on speed alone. Like, take it into account, but let's be honest. If it's a Core XY, it's going to be moving as fast as you need. Because at the end of the day, they're all the same freaking hardware. They're all NEMA 17s and GT2 belt and bearings and whatnot. Yeah, the gear ratios might be a little different and the quality of the motors might be a little different. But at the end of the day, the majority of these machines are all built with the same stuff. They're all running 32-bit. They're a lot. Clipper is the cool thing now, although I'm probably going to do a rant video on it. I really don't like Clipper on all these commercial machines. It's getting kind of not good. I'm not liking it. I am not liking how these companies are doing Clipper, but whatever. But speed benchies. I got speed benchy. We did speed benchies on my channel like 3 years ago. Speed benchies aren't cool anymore. They're boring. They're Formula One. Although, let's be honest, Formula One's pretty cool. Would you recommend the Magneto X? One just popped up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Why are they selling it? When was it produced? And yeah, if it's in good condition, it's printing fine. Yeah, it's definitely a niche machine. I'm more hesitant to recommend the Magneto X to just like a random person. If you're a hobbyist in 3D printing and you're okay being a little bit having to do a little bit more than a commercial off-the-shelf machine, but not quite as much as like a fully kit machine. That's kind of, the Magneto's kind of in a weird spot, in my opinion. Really good machine, but it needs a little bit of, you kind of have to know a bit more to get the most out of it. I don't know how to word it better. So cross gantry is must, yeah, but cross gantry is also more expensive and more complex. Also, you take hits to design consideration because now you have to have motors in each corner. You're offsetting your tool head, so your bed's not off. Your bed's offset from the middle of the print volume. There is different design considerations with cross gantry. Yes, cross gantry is faster, but if we're already moving as fast as we need with Core XY, the added complexity. There's a reason you don't really see cross gantry commercial machines. The extra that you're spending, the added complexity, mechanical cost, material cost to make a cross gantry system versus just a generic Core XY, when a generic Core XY already sells like hotcakes and is cheaper to make and easier to make and manufacture and design around. Yeah, there's a reason I think the cross gantry machines are mostly hobbyist type machines, like kits and whatnot. The whole speed and all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive on Core XY makes sense on the larger machines. So like the Rat Rig, the Rat Rig VCore 4, their booster motors or whatever they call it, where you have those extra motors for the Y on the larger machines. That makes sense. Something like the VZBot 330, all-wheel drive starts to make sense there. Or some of the like more custom machines. The Phoenix kind of gets away with it because it uses much thicker belts and NEMA 23s. But even like a Phoenix size machine, if you're doing single tool head, also it's IDEX. So going IDEX all-wheel drive just is not, I don't, like you could do it, but I think you need like 8 motors then. I think some of the armchair engineering folks did that. Did like an 8 motor. Basically just start replacing every idler with a motor. But yeah, it's one of those things that it benefits on the larger machines, all-wheel drive for Core XY, because it shortens the belt pathing. Belt pathing on Core XY, once the machine gets big, gets really, really long, and that's a lot to manage. So by making it all-wheel drive, it makes it a little bit more consistent. Is there a 220 switch? On this one, no. This one only does 100 to 120 volt output. I think if you get like the European version, it might do 220, but this one only does 100 to 120 volt on the AC outputs. It does USB-C 100 watt and then USB-A 18 watt. And then it has a 12 volt, 10 amp, like cigarette lighter style plug. What about backlash? It helps. Well, you're not gonna, as long as your belts are good quality and your bearings and your gears are good, you shouldn't really have too much belt backlash. What you get more is springiness in the system. You get like bounding. Because as the belts get longer, they get more sprung. So. Armchair did do that. The cat on the GitHub says, please don't do this. Exactly. Looking at a Crow XY 500mm machine, bomb came out to like $5,000. Yep. And design was completely unreasonable. Yep. It gets pricey quick. There's a reason why people, the Core XY is that sweet spot. There's a reason, like the original Voron, for those that don't know, the original Voron was designed to basically be an Ultimaker 2 that you could build at home. It was designed not like a clone of an Ultimaker, but an Ultimaker 2 tier machine that you could build at home using commercial off-the-shelf parts. And the Ultimaker motion system, for those that don't know, have like the rods. So you have 2 motors for XY, but the Ultimaker motion system, you know what it is, if you've ever seen an Ultimaker. That is more complex to make. Whereas Core XY is pretty simple. You have 2 motors that don't move, and then you just have belts and pulleys. Easy. So it was easier to go Core XY than it was the Ultimaker motion system, so that's why Vorons are Core XY. Because it's a really nice sweet spot between complexity and the amount of components you need and hardware you need to make the motion system works, and the speed you get out of it. So it's not as simple as like a standard Cartesian where you have one motor drives X and one motor drives Y, but it's not as complex as other motion systems, but you still get the speed. Plus the motors aren't moving anymore, so you lighten up a lot of the motion system because the motors are attached to the frame and they're no longer moving. So makes a lot of sense. I was waiting for somebody to make that reference. No one told me. Well, there's a guy named like Newton, I think. He did some math a while ago. So you see how Joe got 30K XL? I'm sure the positrons can boogie pretty quick, like low center of gravity, and the mass is pretty low. The moving mass is pretty low. So yeah, you can probably move these around pretty quick. I don't know what kind of amperage and whatnot they're putting on the motors. I mean, I'm just running mine at stock speed. I'm fine with stock speeds on this. I don't know how much a hit in power draw you would get if you bumped up the speeds on it. Some special robots. Yeah, like the bench behind me you see here, this bench with the Pantheon and the XL, this bench is bolted to the wall. When will they be available to buy? When they become in stock. It depends on the retailer. LDO does not sell directly, so you're going to have to go through one of the resellers in your area, and I think a few of them are doing pre-orders for batch 2. So this week's video on the channel is on the positron. I brought the positron with me on vacation, and I did a little video on it while out and about. So if you want to see that video, it'll be live on the channel Thursday, but if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, or if somebody gifts you one, it'll be live on tomorrow. So hearing this is like the what music is this? This is the backing tracks chill soundtrack. But today we probably are only going to run until about 1 o'clock because the wifey's got to go to work. So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream today and Friday, I think. And I think we're back on weekday or afternoon streams next week. Thoughts on the Physec 2.4? Personally, I've only built one Physec kit, and all the electronics on it I gutted and replaced because of issues. From my understanding, the only kits I personally feel have no problem endorsing are the LDO motor kits. I built plenty of those kits. I trust them. LDO kits are like the only ones, if you ask me which kit to buy, those are the only ones I'll say go buy, and I'll have no qualms about recommending it. But if that's not within your budget, I've heard good things about the Formbot kits. They're a lot better than they used to be. The last time I took a look at a Formbot kit was like 3 plus years ago. And then I've heard good things about the Seaboard kit. They are sending me their CNC all-wheel drive kit, their Trident all-wheel drive CNC part kit. They are sending me one. It's in shipping. We will be building that when it shows up. I haven't built I haven't built a Seaboard, but I've heard good things about it, and apparently they're pretty cheap. So, what are my thoughts on aliens? I haven't seen Romulus yet. I'll probably wait for that to come out on streaming. That probably isn't a movie I'll watch in theaters. Just watch the Milo live stream. Nice. I'm waiting for the weather to get better, and by better I mean not be an oven out here, so I can finish up a bunch of stuff so I actually can set up the Milo again. Fortunately, I haven't really used the Milo much because I don't have room to set it up. This bench back here was supposed to be for the Milo. As you can see, it is not being used for the Milo. I don't see the usefulness of the positron. Well, Frank, you should watch my video on it because I talk about some of the use cases for it. TLDR, It's a travel printer. Most people don't need a travel printer, but it's a travel printer. Or if you're just like me and you just like building shit. Not everything has to be the check all the boxes. This is the printer for everyone. This is a printer for some people, and I think it's pretty neat. But I talk about it more in the video. Like the fact that the entire printer with everything you need to make it print fits in this nice, not Pelican case. And you could take this on an airplane like this, like you just go. So if, you know, you live in a dorm and you just don't have room to keep a printer out, and you got like, you know, you don't want people touching it, you can fold it up, put it in here and stish it under your bed, or you travel, or you're an educator. Like if somebody, hey, we want you to do a talk about 3D printing at a school. Well, guess what? Something like this. Because this will show you first layers too, because it's a glass bed. This would be a great printer to bring around to show people what 3D printing is, along with like a cocoa press or something. Do you need a backpack for your next trip or an RV? Well, it's gonna be fun because I was really hoping this power supply was gonna show up before I went on vacation, because there's 2 videos I want to film with the positron. I already got the first video with the positron film. It's just like an overview, like my thoughts on the positron after initial impressions in the build and whatnot, and who's it for. So that video will be out Thursday. But I'm taking this printer, I want to go camping with it, and go into the outdoors and do like, can you camp with a 3D printer, or should you bring a 3D printer camp? Like one of those type of videos. So I'm bringing the power bank with me. Problem is I'm back home now. I don't have a campground. Where I was at, they had 6 acres of property. And it was like a lot of it was wooded. I mean, like, let me pull it up here. Like I suck at YouTube thumbnails, but I think this makes a pretty good YouTube thumbnail. Like this is where I was at. So I was really hoping I had the battery bank for this while I was out and about. Yeah. So now I'm gonna have to like pretend I'm camping in my backyard or something. I'll figure it out. Speaking of, does anyone here work at Framework? I know it's a bit of a long shot, but does anyone here, I want a Framework 13. I after using my laptop, my Lenovo laptop, I need a new laptop. That's another reason I didn't stream while out and about. I wanted to even do shorts. I wanted to film some shorts and whatnot. I can't edit on that laptop. It is so slow. I need a new laptop. And especially because I'm going to be traveling at the end of August and doing stuff out and about. I need a new laptop in the next month. So if anyone works at Framework, hi. I like 3D printing. You guys make repairable stuff. Let's collab. Aren't YouTube thumbnails really? No, but I was happy I got some real Quebec poutine while out and about with some like locally made cheese curds. So that was really good. Framework 13 first gen. I want to get, if I'm going to get a Framework, I want a Framework 13 with the AMD processor. After the Intel shenanigans, I really don't want Intel. So yeah, I would get an AMD one. Or I'm also kind of looking at just the new T14s, the new ThinkPads, or ThinkPad, because the ThinkPads go on sale pretty often and they have pretty good specs too. So it's either like a ThinkPad or a thing. I would like a MacBook. The problem is to get a MacBook that doesn't have 8 gigs of RAM is like $2,000 Canadian, and it's stupidly overpriced, and I'm not doing that. I refuse. So, not mean to hit that. I don't think I showed anything. My brother got a dog. This is my brother's dog. Maybe if you promise to print Linux, I can print you. I'll put Linux on it. I'll put Linux on it. I run Linux. I got Linux Mint on my laptops right now. I actually like Linux on laptops. I know they were at Open Source. I talked to them a bunch. So why do you think I want a Framework 13? They had the Framework 13s there with like the new 2.8K displays. And I'm like, oh, those are so nice. I want one. So get the M1 MacBook. The problem is, I'm not dropping like 1,500 on, because that's how much like a used MacBook is in Canada that isn't like 8 gigs of RAM and a 256 gig. I'm sorry, I refuse to buy anything with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of unupgradable storage in 2024, okay? My i5 2500K machine that I built in 2011, I built it with 16 gigs of RAM. Like, I'm sorry. I refuse to pay the Apple tax. I just refuse to play that game. So, plus it's a 5-year-old laptop. They hold their value too good. What's the battery at right now? So the print is at 69%. Nice. And the battery is at 63%. What other pictures? I went to Parliament Hill. They were not there, so I couldn't yell at them. As for which party I wanted to yell at, all of them. Rideau Canal. There's Rideau Canal. This is pretty cool. Yeah, the 256. Yeah, because they use components, and the problem is because they only come with 8 gigs of RAM, you're using your SSD as a swap file, which kills them because SSDs as a swap file, it really shortens their life. And guess what? You got no upgradable anything. So the moment something goes, it's gone. What else was there? See, a lot of the pictures I took, this was cool. This is a sentence you'll never hear. So I was at a Toys R Us, and they were selling vinyls of Aqua at a Toys R Us that I went to in Quebec, Canada, because we still have Toys R Us up here. How thin are the panels on the Magneto? Like 3mm. They're standard panels. M1 came out. Yeah, the M1's like a 4-year-old platform. Like, I get they hold their value good, but I ain't dropping that money on a 4-year-old laptop. And then what else? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I went to a wedding on the way up, so I had to bring my suit. So there's me in a suit. If you want to see me wearing a monkey suit, there's me in a monkey suit. But yeah. Oh, and we went to Toronto Zoo. Toronto Zoo was nice. Let's see. I found Jeremy Clarkson. Jeremy Clarkson was at the zoo. I ran into him. He was pretty cool. What else? There is just an ape gorilla. There are a few gorillas at the zoo. It was really cool. We got there early enough. They were feeding all the lions. Some giraffes, rhinos. They were feeding the lions though, so it was pretty cool. So they were like chowing down on like meat right in front of everyone. I hate AI. I hate how all camera phones have AI built into it now. So when you zoom on photos that have like grass, it looks like somebody put a shitty filter over everything. Like I hate this AI interpolation that they do now on all camera phones. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. AMD based T14 is 1,000 US right now. Can you link it to me in the Discord if it's on sale right now? I don't really have the budget. That's why I was kind of hoping somebody knows framework, but I'll see what I can do. If you want to help support the channel, content I create. So, can you turn off the AI? I don't know how. And the problem is every time you do an update, it like resets. It's super annoying. Yeah, one of the reasons I wanted a framework, it's like, oh, I want, you can buy a framework, you can buy the DIY kit, and you can put your own like RAM and SSDs in it and NVMe drives. So that way, instead of paying like $200 for the Apple tax to go from 8 gigs to 16, you could just pay like 140 Canadian which is like what, 99, or there you go. You pay like $100 US, not even $100 US for 32 gigs, and just throw it in and be on with your life, because, you know, it just uses off-the-shelf RAM, because who cares about an extra millimeter? I would say travel with the mini. So I tried that. I brought my Steam Deck. I tried using my Steam Deck a couple times as like a desktop replacement. So I actually brought my Steam Deck. I brought a Bluetooth keyboard, and I plugged it into a TV. So I brought a Steam Deck with me, and you know what? It works really good. It's just annoying having to like set everything back up and then take everything with you. So you have the Steam Deck, you have the Bluetooth keyboard, the Bluetooth mouse, the freaking dock, the HDMI cable to plug it into the TV. I did that. I tried that. I was actually going to do that to try and stream. If the internet was strong enough where I was at to stream, I was going to run a stream using my Steam Deck, because you can boot the Steam Deck into like just an Arch desktop, essentially, a generic Linux desktop. And it's got a Ryzen APU in it. It's like a Ryzen Zen 2 APU in it. So it could do that. It was just annoying. I don't want to have to bring all that. I'd rather just bring a laptop. So, considering I'm going to be streaming on the next trip I do, I need to get a laptop that can handle streams pretty good before that. Plus, I would like a framework, because framework being modular and they have those USB docks, I'm pretty sure with the new channel sponsor PCBWay, we can kind of figure something out where we can make a card that pops in there for like a streaming station dongle type thing. I got ideas. Anyways, who was that? Who was that? Andrew Rogers, $10. Cheers for the 512K RAM. This baby has 512K of RAM. It's got a 68 megahertz processor. Runs Doom. Oh, and a 320 megabyte hard drive. Ooh, that's not bad. T14S Gen 4. Oh, okay, so the problem with the T14S, the Gen 4s, the T14 Gen 4s are soldered RAM. Although for 1,000 US, that ain't bad, but it's still soldered RAM. The Gen 3 and the Gen 5 are SODIMMs. The problem is, like, I've been using my current laptop for like 3 years, and it's a T470S, which is like from 2018. I don't need a good laptop. Like, I don't need like crazy top line, but I'd rather a laptop I could just use for years. And it's like, oh hey, I need more RAM. Okay, I'll just buy more RAM. Oh hey, I need more storage. Okay, I'll just buy more storage. I hate having to, well, 8 gigs of RAM ain't enough. I guess I have to buy a whole new laptop. Like 32 max. Yeah, you have to upgrade it. You have to buy it from the factory, upgrade it. Terabyte, you could totally make the pair of heaters and pair of this. What? On package RAM. I know, that's one of the reasons I want the framework, or one of the versions of the Lenovo's that are upgradable. Download more RAM. I need dedicated WAM. Hi, Steve. Everyone say hi, Steve. He popped in here, but I was talking. I'm actually still impressed on how good this prints. Like, it just prints. Although I'm hoping the print comes off the bed now pretty good now that I put some Vision Miner on it. I should probably have to let it cool now properly. Strix Point and Lunar Lake both drop sodium support and so on. Well, here's the thing. I'm team AMD. I like AMDs. Newegg has the G6KF. Why? What is that, a fridge? What is a G6KF? Is that a fridge? That sounds like a fridge or a Sony like monitor. What is that? Oh, is it a gigabyte? See, here's the thing. I don't want a laptop like this. I don't need a gaming laptop. Like, I don't need a gaming laptop. Like, I just need I want a laptop with like an APU. An APU enough that it's like, if I'm stuck on a plane, I could play like Skyrim and like maybe some Baldur's Gate or something. Like something not crazy intensive, but enough to get me by, but still like have decent battery and not weigh a ton. which is why I was looking at the 13. So. You say you don't want, but you want a gaming laptop. I don't want a gaming laptop. I want a laptop with like an APU in it so that it can do some light gaming, but also, you know, video editing and CAD. Not that I use it that much, but it'd be nice to be able to properly edit videos on the go. You need a decent video card? No, you don't. You just need an APU. Like the modern CPUs are much better at video editing than the old ones. Like the reason I can't use my T470S with its i7, I think it's like a 7700. It's one of the last of the i7 dual cores. You know, when i7 laptops were dual core. Last time I tried to render a video was at Rocky Mountain last year on it. It was the V24 video. That was a 1080p video that I recorded on my GoPro. All I did was take a 15-minute video, edited it down to like a 12-minute video. I just cut out some sections, put some like text on screen and hit render. It took 8 hours to render that. A 1080p 60, 8 hours. So, and that was like with Kden Live. I would like to be able to use DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci won't run on these laptops. So. Gaming laptops are loud. Have I built the Rook? I have a Rook. I built like the original Rook. I think LVO's doing Rook kits. Jason, hi. I gotta reach out to him about that. I think LVO's doing Rook kits, so I'm gonna try and build one of those because it's been a while since I built a Rook. The one I built was with a early Fabrico kit, if I remember correctly. And it went together good, but it'd be nice to see what a more up-to-date kit does. GPD Win Max. No, I don't want something that little. Like I want like a 13-inch or 14-inch laptop. Something small enough that it packs down really easy and it like it's good, but not something like crazy. Ooh, that ain't bad. So T14S Gen 5. So we got 16 gigs of RAM, SODIMM, upgradable. 256 gig SSD, that's easily upgradable as well. Ooh, it's W. It's one of the more vertical screens. Nice, 1920 by 1200. 1610, baby. I love me 1610. Problem is, this is US. Let's see how much the Canada tax is. No, go, bye. Go. Away support. Yes. Let's see how much the Canada tax is. Let's see. Why not a framework? Because hardware, okay. The reason is because the framework is about $400 more for the same hardware. That's why. I would love if framework, if I could do something with framework. Canada tax ain't too bad. 1200. Yeah, so it's 1200. Oh, that's a Ryzen. Yeah, so if you went with a Ryzen 7, that's 8840U. That's 1400. Because let's see, framework. Wow, I can't spell. Okay, so framework 13. Framework, yeah, come on, 13. Shop now. So DIY Ryzen. It's on sale, so they start at that. So the 7640 is the Ryzen 5. We'll go with the get more life out of it. See, so we're already at 1500. So we're already, this is the same. The 8000 series is basically the 7000 series with an NPU. AI. Functionally, hardware, like, they're pretty much the same. So yeah, like, and this is with the really nice display I saw too. So that's that. So 5, yeah. See what I mean? Like, and this has RAM. This has no RAM yet. So if I want 16 gigs of RAM, so it's 108. I might as well buy my own RAM. Buy my own RAM. Same with storage. You might as well buy your own storage. Put Linux on it. Go with a black bezel. US. Ooh, go with the Linux keyboard. Don't need a power brick. I have one. It's only a 45 watt, but it's enough. Expansion cards. We want 2 USB-C. Or 1 USB-C, 2 USB-A, and 1 HDMI. So yeah, we're already at 1560. I still need to buy RAM and a CPU, or RAM and an NVMe drive, whereas this comes with it all already. So this already has 16 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage that you can upgrade later. Yeah. Now the advantage you have on the framework is it is a much more modular design. So you can buy the framework laptop and then, you know, 3 years from now go, hey, I want to upgrade the motherboard. Take your RAM out, take your NVMe drive out, take the motherboard out, put the new motherboard in, put your old RAM in, put your old NVMe. Or, hey, oh no, new RAM. Okay, you put new RAM, but you save the old NVMe. Because let's be honest, storage probably, faster or storage ain't going to make much of a difference in the next little bit. It's already fast enough. And then you can keep your screen, you can keep your chassis. That's the nice thing about frameworks is, you know, if you bought the very first gen laptop they sold, you could just buy a new motherboard, take out the old motherboard, put the new motherboard in and move on with your life. Like, those are really nice to do. You take the RAM. No, the problem is my old laptop's like DDR4. We're on DDR5 now. Yeah, framework, high upfront cost, but more modularity, more upgradability. You can even take, like, people take, they sell. You can actually buy these. These are really cool. I was looking to get one, but they don't have it in stock. Marketplace, parts. You can buy the main board. Where's the main boards? Yeah, you can buy the main boards. So what you could do is if you want to upgrade your like 11th gen Intel framework to like the newest, you know, 13 Ultra 5 125H or whatever, you could just buy the main board and just swap that in. Where is the AMD ones? Yeah, there's that. So if you already have, like, you want to upgrade to an AMD one from like an older base model Intel, you can just buy the new, throw that in. There you go. Buy that, throw it in. There you go. Because they're the same, they keep the same form factor. So you keep your battery, you keep your chassis, you keep all that. But the cool thing is, I've seen people buy these and use them as a whatchamacallit. Because for a while they were selling these ones, which are like, it's an i5 1135 G7. Like, yeah, it's an older i5, but for $269, you buy this, you can make like a DIY Steam Deck, and people have. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you can use the old Mobo, like they sell a case, or you can 3D print a case, because you can run it off USB-C and run a screen off USB-C. So you can just run this standalone in a 3D printed case and use it as like a home server, or just put it on the back of a monitor and use it as a kid's computer. Like, it's kind of nice that you can salvage all that stuff and keep it going. So I got to reach out to them. Maybe I'll send them an email and see if I can. Let me. Here. Not to reach. Did you realize you upgraded on Steam? I did, Apulo. Thank you. The Steam Deck has been really good. Played some Baldur's Gate on it, actually. I want to finish my Baldur's Gate playthrough with my one character that we started on the stream. I need to finish that. But I want to do an evil playthrough on Baldur's Gate with the Dark Urge, like fully. But I can't until they come out with patch 7, and I didn't get in the closed beta for patch 7, so that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Can I buy used? I can. I got no problem buying used. My laptop was used. How are we doing on battery? So 92%. How long have we been printing for? An hour and 22 minutes. So it gets about under 3 hours of printing, I want to say. Yeah, this is a positron. Look at it go. Get real effed up. Oh, I know. I've done Redeem Dark Urge. Like, I've done that a few times. But I haven't done like an actual evil character yet. I tried doing an evil character and then I got to Act 2 and I couldn't do it anymore. And then I heard like now that they're coming out with patch 7 where it's like, hey guys, our game that came out a year ago that we have sold no DLC for and no microtransactions, yeah, we've completely rebuilt the entire ending of the game specifically for the people who play evil. Because one of the downsides with the Baldur's Gate is if you play as an evil person, guess what? You end up like killing all the people that give you content. So like entire characters and quest lines, you kill them or you don't interact with them. So you lose out a bunch of content in the game. So it's not that rewarding to play an evil character in Baldur's Gate because you lose out on so much to do. But now with patch 7, they're like, yeah, we're adding a ton of content for the game just for evil playthroughs. So I'm like, ooh. You know, I can't do evil in video games usually because I don't want to hurt their fifis. I've never done an evil Mass Effect playthrough, put it that way. Try Fallout London. Maybe. I'm going to let it cook for a bit. I'm going to let it cook for a bit. To the wifey. No, my wife's PC is pretty good. My wife has a 10th gen i7 with a 3080 or something like that. Her computer's fine, and she barely uses it. Like she uses it more for like emails and like the occasional Baldur's Gate. That's about it. What are we at? We got 13 minutes left in the stream, so we're gonna let this print finish. Sorry about that. We're gonna let this print finish. So it looks like about half the battery. Yeah, it's about 3 hours. So this print will finish in about an hour and 30 minutes total print time. We're at an hour 25 print time right now. We're at 95%. And the battery's at 52%. So it looks like you could run this printer for about 3 hours on here. Yeah, so 3 hours of printing. It'll be very interesting to see with solar panels. It'll be very interesting to see with solar panels because this has 200 watts of solar I can hook up to it. So if this can run off solar, can I feed this 20 volt? Or sorry, Nomad. Can I feed this 18 volt power? Will this run off 18 volt? Like, I know the heaters won't be happy. They'll just heat up slower. But can I run this off 18 volt? Because the solar panels output 18 volt. 200 watt, 18 volt. Can I just run this straight off solar? Just because the solar panels I got came with like laptop adapters. Like the cable has like laptop adapters. Anchor's the same. Because let's be honest, all of these probably get made by the same company and they just get different stickers slapped on them. I mean, this is an all power. One of the YouTube channels I watch does a lot of Blue Eddy stuff. I can't remember what it says, ODS. The channel's called ODS. They do Blue Eddy. That's their power bank sponsor. Yeah, they all look the same to me. It's a battery is a battery is a battery. The only difference is like the BMS system and the ports. So solar panels need an inverter. Well, it outputs 18 volt. The solar panel outputs 18 volt, 200 watt, 18 volt. Although it's like 20 to 16 volts. It's like a great till you get a cloud. Yeah, you know what? It'd probably be better to run the solar panels through the power supply and then into the printer. So we'll do that. Until a cloud goes over and the printer just It's like in Futurama, when they go to the island of robots that were built wrong, and there's that one robot that runs off water, and every time she the water wheel runs out, she has to run to the ocean to fill up or she dies. Dry cell. Well, this is lithium iron. Like here, let me actually, for those that want to know what I'm fiddling with here. Oh, print's done. Okay, so that is 1 hour and 27 minutes, and that used 50% of the battery. So we got about 3 hours of battery running the positron on here. Okay. The problem is I don't think the Pantheon will run. This will only output 600 watts, and let's be honest, the Pantheon's rated for 700. I don't think... I probably could run a normal boron on this. I probably could run a normal boron. Oh, why'd I turn you off? I have to eject the filament. Shoot. Gotta eject the filament. So 50%. So yeah, no, I got a Creality K1 on the ground right there. That's gonna 3 hours. So 3 hours on a positron. That's not bad. And then yeah, it's solar panels, and you're good. So let me turn this on so I can eject the filament out. What about the XL? The XL probably draws more than 500 watts. I'm pretty sure the XL draws more than 500 watts. We'll do that on Friday. I'll charge this back up on Friday. We'll try out some other printers. Not good enough for a convention booth. But here's the thing. At a convention, you're probably going to have power anyways. Usually. I mean, I could do a Mitch now. I have an Alice frame downstairs. I got a rucksack on it, but I can take the rucksack off. I could use this, you know, I could strap this to the bottom of an Alice frame, strap this on, and then I could be Mitch. Although, I will actually... The fact the bed actually doesn't physically lock in, it's just a retention, like a friction retention, might be a little worrying. Okay, let's... Okay, I'm probably gonna have to let that cool. Unload. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Shit. Oh. Woo! Okay. It started homing and the print was still on the bed, but there's enough clearance that it doesn't hit. I'm like, okay. Woo! I was a little worried there for a second. I was like trying to hit the switch to like, stop! Sometimes it's hard. Yeah, they make bigger ones. So if you want to know what I actually have right here, all powers, R600, I think. I've never heard of this company before. They literally just emailed me and they're like, hey, we sell battery banks. Do you want one? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll take one and play with it. I'll make a video out of it. Sure, I don't care. So they're like, cool. What's your address? And then this showed up like 2 weeks later. But this is what I have. So it's the All Powers R600, 299 watt hour lithium battery. And they sent it to me with 200 watts of solar. So I have solar panels as well. I will say the load and unload macros on this are really good. Okay. So temperature, cool down. But yeah, this is what they sent me. If you want to run a printer at like an actual booth, you want something bigger. You want like something bigger. I think this is like the kind of ones they use to run welders. So. You're concerned with the way the bed is mounted? Yeah, it doesn't have like, I'm sure you could print like some sort of like locking clip, something to like physically like lock in. Like you could do something. I'm pretty sure you could. Let me zoom out. Because you have these right here. So you got a pivot point here. I'm sure you could have like a little 3D printed like arm that after you slide the bed in, it like pivots around and like locks in, like it does some sort of like clasping. So it locks the bed in. So the bed at least can't slide out. Because the problem is right now, let me shut this down. Shut down. So shut down. 3, 2, 1. So the problem is there's nothing that actually holds the bed in other than friction. Like you can just grab the bed and just pull it out. So if you're walking around, this could kind of work its way loose, and it's just, you can see the prongs there for the connector. It's just a straight up friction connection. So there you go. So this will run for about 3 hours. That's actually good to know. That is good to know. Let this cool. I got a print on it. Start packing this up. I will say the base on this gets hot. Like I know the base is like a heat sink, but like it gets toasty on the bottom of this. Ow! I touched the nozzle. Ow. I think we're good. Hey, so when you have to undo the things, don't put your hand on it like this to unplug it. Do something like that. Nozzle may be hot. Yeah, just a little. That wasn't smart. I never said I was smart. Where did I say I was smart? Where did I say I was smart? I never said I was smart. I mean, it's already cool enough that the filament's kind of solidified, so it's not that bad, but still. There it goes up that side, I think. Move you up. So I'm gonna just collapse this up and then we'll do the giveaway. Need to make a docking macro. That would be nice to have a little macro that automatically parks everything at exactly the position it needs to be at for folding. That would be nice to have, I will say. Up to 250. I have burned myself 3rd degree with red hot metal before. We who knows what a flapper is? Not that. A Polish wheel. I might actually have one. Okay, kind of like this. So you say you got to hone a hole. So you got to put a dowel or a pin in a hole. And machining kind of screwed up the surface finish, and it's like a thou oversized, and you need to like just clean it up. What you do is you get a rod like this, and you put emery paper on it, okay? And you put it in the and it goes and it spins, and it's a flapper, right? So what you can do is, instead of using what I normally do, is just use a generic ejector pin, and I use emery paper with tape on the back, like it's sticky, so that way you can just kind of wrap it up, and then as you use it. But what other people do is you cut a slot in it. That way you can just put the emery paper in, and it's just a slot. So I had one of those with the slot, and I made the slot. So what I did was I took the ejector pin, I put it in a vise, and I used a cutoff wheel, and I cut a slot in it. And then after I finished cutting the slot, I went to put my cutoff wheel back in my toolbox, and as I walked around the corner, I just happened to kind of catch my hand, because the vise was low. It was like on a smaller table. So as I walked around the corner, I just kind of caught my hand, and the red hot piece of metal went right up in the webbing between my index finger and my middle finger. Just for a second, like it just went like, ah! It bubbled up about a good inch long. In terms of first aid, I grabbed the closest thing that was wet, which was a bottle of methanol. I took the cap off and I just dumped it on my hand. Why? Because it was blistering in like 1 second and it was red hot. And then I just kind of went back to work. Yeah, probably not the best thing to do. Probably really close to getting infected. But that was fine. So, yeah. Yeah. Big brain. But that's, you know, you work in the tool shop back in the day. That's, oh wait, no, this is the wrong positron. There's the right positron. This is the unbuilt kit. Here's the built kit. So yeah, that was a couple years ago. That was like 10 years ago. Methanol absorbs through the skin, doesn't it? Yep. Methanol is not good for you at all. It, I believe it causes sterility in males. And a whole bunch of other not good stuff. It's not good for you, but it was wet and cool. And because it actually evaporates really quickly, it sucked the heat out of my hand really quickly. So it probably actually helped a bit. The actual act of it being poured on my hand, I was hoping would offset the act of pouring methanol on my skin, because I was more concerned about the burn than the chemicals at that point. Because holy shit, it hurt. Put it this way, you want to know how bad it was? Let me rephrase that. It didn't hurt. That's how you know how bad it was. But I lucked out. I didn't get a scar. I really lucked out. Because it bubbled up really bad, really quick. So, yeah. It's also a neurotoxin. Yep. It also cleans stuff really good. I will say this packs up really quickly once you know how to do it a couple times. Okay, so how can we get this Flexi Dragon off? Oh, there we go. There we go. Positron is packed up. I wish there was room in here for filament, like just like a 250 gram spool, but it is what it is. I'm sure you probably could. I'm pretty sure you could make some room to make some filament fit in here, but there you go. You procure the filament on site. And if you want to know how the Flexi Dragon turned out, here's the Flexi Dragon. Ooh. There's the top of the print. It over extrudes a little bit with the default settings, I find. Bottom of the print, all nice and shiny because it's printed on glass. And there's your Flexi Dragon. Rawr. I'm a dinosaur. Rawr. There you go. There we go. Positron and a battery bank. It works. Cool. That's neat to know. Okay, let's do a giveaway. Who wants to win some stuff? You want to win some stuff? You got 2 minutes to enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. We're going to do the giveaway at 1:05. So enter for your chance. Link in the video description below. You got 2 minutes to enter if you haven't already. While you're down there, don't forget to check out some of the links if you want to help support the channel. Some of them are affiliate links, don't cost you anything extra. Polymaker's Fiber Online is now available for sale. So if you're looking for some of that Gucci engineering filament from Polymaker, I do have an affiliate link in the description. Go check it out, help support the channel, or buy some gamer subs, save 10% off your order. Plus they have a summer sale, Christmas in July on right now, I believe it's still on. And also, if you want to help support the channel and content I create directly, consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon supporter. That's the easiest way to help support the channel. Because as a primarily live streamer, not live streaming for a week and a half, ooh, yeah, I feel it. Today will be Hagnatic. I believe in you. I believe in you. Today is the day. Today is the day. We got 1 more minute, then I'll do a giveaway. Mod section in Discord, I did add a fold up position macro. You can even unload. Ooh, nice. I mean, it's not too bad to manually park it You just have to remember to do it. And then you have to unlock the tab too. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Okay, so accept your responses, link to sheet, close that, minimize that, close that, names, notepad, Control A, delete, your name in chat, copy all that, Control copy, Control paste, scroll to the top, delete your name in chat. Marbles on Steam, load that up. Oh, shoot. File save. I gotta sign in with Twitch. Shoot, 1 second. Okay. I gotta freaking authenticate. Forgot. When I was out and about, I forgot my Twitch password. So I had to, where's my authenticator app? Okay, there we go. So I had to reset my password that I wanted to watch a stream while out and about on my laptop. There we go. There we go. Okay. Continue. Okay. Erase. That. Add names. Clear. Open. Names.csv. We have 343 people. Okay. And we're just gonna do alienated. We'll do this one. A leap to remember. Bots. 343. Play. Whoever wins gets the spool of filament from Polymaker. I don't know if it's first to the finish or closest to the middle, but whoever's gonna win is gonna be the winner. So whoever this says is the winner. Let us pull the map. I don't have time. Good luck to who's gonna get the special good luck. The special good luck is gonna go to Ali Far. Good luck, Ali Far. If you win, well, you win. Simple as that. If you don't win, you don't win. Go! Ooh. KL83. I'm more of a fan. Oh, no. See if it was TI83 being the lead. Oh, look at all the dead. 3D fly my life. You should have learned to fly. You don't fly so good. Am I on Twitch? No, you can use, there's no integration for marbles on YouTube, but what you can do is you can copy all the names to a .csv file. So just like Notepad and save it as like names.csv, and then you can import the names. So I still use the Google Docs. I just import the names into marbles and run them as named bots. So you don't have to do like the stupid !play thing. Which I wish marbles did have integration with YouTube, but because I do the stream or the giveaway at the end of stream and not everyone's here for the giveaway, I like this method. Okay. Ooh. Isaac won! Isaac won! Yay, Isaac! Congratulations to Isaac Schneider. Oh no, Kyle! Who's in last place? It's Hagnatic. Come on, Barry. Barry! Come on, Barry. Are you gonna finish, Barry? Barry! You're taking your time, Barry. Come on, Barry. Come on, Barry. Oh. Tyler. And you're dead. Will Barry make it? Oh, he made it, I think. Maybe he did. There we go. So Isaac Schneider, where is... you came in at 103rd, Hagantic. Better luck next time. So Isaac Schneider, congratulations, Idatic. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. So you'll get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. Let me just pull up your info here. How do you spell Isaac? I-S-S? Oh, there we go. I-S, one S. Okay, there we go. Gotcha. That's AAC. That's a weird way of, well, not weird. How do you spell, is that how you spell Isaac? Anyways, congratulations, Isaac. You have won yourself a spool of filament. You'll get an email from me after the stream ends. For everyone else, if you want some Polymaker filament, you got to pull out your credit card and buy some. Use the affiliate link in the description below. Why not? Doesn't cost you anything extra. So we're going to call it there. So yeah, we can run a printer for about, Positron will run on this battery bank for 3 hours. That's good to know. Friday stream, we'll probably be faffing about with the Magneto. I've got some upgrade parts I got to put in it. So we'll do that. And then I'm hoping Saturday we can get going on the Prusa. Tomorrow there should be a members only stream. If not, tomorrow it'll be Thursday. So if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, or you become a channel member or Patreon supporter between now and tomorrow, you'll be able to hang out on that live stream. It's a private live stream. We do those about once a month. So we're going to call it there. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament. We gave away this stream and every stream. Links for them and more in the video description. And for those that donate to the channel, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. It's good to be back from vacation. Good to get back to things. And yeah, videos soon. Goodbye. Bye. Bye.